Hello, hello. Happy New Year to all of you rock stars. It's been a while since I jumped in for a Facebook Live. Most of you know that I had a baby during the summer last year, and so he's already 6 months old. And the last 6 months have been figuring out how to do this whole CEO thing with having a little baby and how that's going to work. So I am back. It's 2019. And I want to share with you something that I'm currently working on that is available in the Pinterest Power Up membership to free members. And I want to walk you through what it is and how it all works and why I'm using it. So I've been talking a lot in Pinterest Power Up about planning for the year. All this month for January is about Pinterest basics, content planning, how to get ahead of the game, how to use some of the basic features of Pinterest and Tailwind. And that is all fine and good. But what I am finding, and you might be finding as well, is that, yeah, great. You have this list of to-dos. You have this list of, I want to schedule time to work on my Pinterest profile. I want to schedule time to watch this video in the Pinterest Power Up membership about how to schedule to Tailwind and all that good stuff. But then your week goes by and you're not really sure where to squeeze that in with life and everything else you have going on. And before you know it, it's March. Q1 is almost done and you still haven't taken action on the things that you realized were important to you. So years and years ago, when I first started my business, I created something called an Ideal Workweek. This was an effort to marry up time blocking with theming my days during the week. So even if the time blocking didn't quite work out, I could at least say, okay, Mondays I'm working on marketing, Tuesdays I'm working on client work, et cetera, et cetera. So I created this in a spreadsheet so that I could move it around and change it depending on, what was on deck with my schedule, what my priorities were looking like. And it's been a really great touchstone. I know a lot of people that have taken this and made it their own to work for them. And in Pinterest Power Up, we have a free Rockstar membership, and there are a ton of resources in there. So it's not just Pinterest resources. There's also entrepreneurship and productivity resources to help you take action on all those Pinterest items for your marketing. And this is one of them. So before you figure out how you are going to do all this stuff on Pinterest, you need to figure out when that's going to fit into your schedule. So I'm going to share my screen with you, show you the Ideal Workweek, and show you how I use it and how I need to change it for my time right now. So hang on one sec. I am going to and there we go. So this is what it looks like. It is a simple spreadsheet. I have put this in the free Rockstars membership as both a Google Sheet and an Excel spreadsheet, depending on how you like to work. Get rid of this here. So it starts off with very simple, like here's the times of day, here's the days of the week. What am I going to do when? So there's a few different elements here that you can look at. So I like to color code. That's kind of my thing. So blue is my business, green is client work, purple is personal stuff, and then yellow is personal development and education. Because as a CEO, as an online entrepreneur, so much of what I do is self-taught. I didn't go to school for any of this. So I do a lot of self-education, whether it's what's the latest best practices on Pinterest ads, to I have articles I want to read, to, hey, I'm taking a Google Analytics course and I want to make sure I'm moving through that. Or for you, it might be, hey, I'm in Pinterest Power Up. I want to make sure I'm doing what I need to do this month to continue to educate myself. Or it might be as simple as reading personal development, business books, whatever. So that is what I qualify as personal development. Kat, hey. You're always on my ideal work week, Kat. Kat is one of my biz besties, and we meet almost every week. That has been a little different with baby, but it's always important to have that person that you talk about business with. I'm fortunate enough to have a few people in my circle that help me with that. So this is an old schedule for me. This is something that I need to completely redo because my life is very different than it was 6 months ago. And I have discovered things about myself and my energy level throughout the day. So I started off after kind of started getting back to work after having Mr. Man this summer. Fall was kind of my kickoff okay, I'm going back to work. And what I had started off with was, obviously I'm full-time mom at home, stay-at-home mom. And so I was going to do some of my client work in the evening. And what I noticed was that by the time the evening rolled around, I could barely put two synapses together. And I was just really kind of done with my day, which is not a good recipe for client work, attention to detail, being creative, anything involved with why I'm good at my business. So I gave that a try for about 3 months. And after 3 months, it was like, this is not working for me. I'm exhausted and I am not doing things the way that I want to do them as far as the kind of work I'm putting out. So I decided to give it a crack to do the whole 5 a.m. thing and get in a solid hour and a half of work before the morning family routine. And that seems to be working really well. Surprisingly enough, I'm like on it. And then I'm going to bed at 9 o'clock instead of working at 9 o'clock. So this is super easy to just start making those changes. So I'm actually going to insert row above. And now my day starts at 5 a.m. to 6:30 is typically when I wrap up for the morning. So I'm going to reset that until I kind of figure it out. So 6:30 to 8:30 is still a morning family routine. This is a breakfast. This is getting ready for the school day for my older child. I take her to school and then I go and do a little river time. That's a whole nother conversation. Those of you that know me know what I'm talking about. And I'm home in the morning by 8:30, and that's kind of the handoff with my husband and I. So during the week on Monday, there's pretty much nothing happening between 8:30 and he's usually home by like 4:35. I'm going to say I can probably adjust this to be 3:30 to 5. Okay, I'm going to take this out. Delete it. And then from like 5, like 6:30, I can usually get a couple things done. And from 6:30 to 9 is usually this. Oops. Okay, so you can see how I'm adjusting things based on my life right now and how you start to move those things around. So here's the other thing. I am fortunate enough to have a little bit of help so I can have client meetings during the week and dedicated office time. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I have someone who comes to the house to watch baby boy for delete this for 3 hours. So to unmerge those. So I think what I'm going to do to notate that is say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I'm going to put a nice big border around that with, let's do red, make it a little thicker. And that's going to denote my nanny time. So I can look at my week and say, okay, if I'm going to reserve space for client calls, if I'm going to reserve space for reporting or more in-depth stuff that I really need to be uninterrupted for, and I might need more than this hour and a half in the morning, this is where I'm going to put those things. Now, here's the thing. Time blocking doesn't really work for me because from day to day, with the exception of this time block in the morning, I don't really know how my day is going to work out. For example, Monday and Tuesday, I have no help during the day. So I might be able to do a few things here and there while he's napping, or if he's just entertaining himself for once or whatever. So instead of saying, well, from this time to this time, I'm going to work on this, instead what I'm going to do is theme my days. So if it's Monday and I have 20 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour to sneak something in, I know that that's going to be something involving marketing and product development. So these themes can be any of these things. So I have marketing, client work, personal development, and content. So if I know Monday is going to be marketing and I can squeeze in an hour of work, here are the things that I know I can work on that are going to fall under marketing. So I am not going to bore you guys with going through and doing this, but I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to share it to my groups and my members so you guys can see what I'm working on this month. And I am actually going to finish this up because I need this for me. That's why I created it. And so I'm going to walk the walk, recreate this for myself and my schedule and my needs right now and what I'm working on for my business right now. And I am going to share mine within my different groups and memberships. And I would absolutely love it if, whether it's here on my public page or you're seeing this in one of our groups, if you took a screenshot of your ideal work week and copied that, pasted it into the comments so we can all cheer each other on and ask questions or feedback or what have you. To get access to this template, it's totally free. You just have to join Pinterest Power Up. I will link that in this video. It's going to take you to the sales page, but if you are not sure if you want to be a member right now, you can just do the free membership, which will give you access to this template in both Google Sheets and Excel. So halfway through the week, do something for yourself to be the CEO of your business and look at where you're going to start plugging in all of these goals and plans that you want to start taking action on in 2019. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you later.